Hi, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, I want to talk about who should really own pricing in an organization. Now, very often in a B2B enterprise company, it's really the sales team that is the closest to pricing decisions, right? And let's say there's a founder that has started this company. The smaller companies don't tend to have very scalable pricing strategies because they're experimenting a lot. So it is very natural that the sales team gets a lot of influence on pricing, because when you're a smaller company, they have to make a decision and a call what to charge. But pretty soon, when a bar is crossed and the company starts to scale, that is a point at which the sales team isn't really the right team to make pricing decisions. The sales team still is going to be in the moment. They have to close their quarter and they're going to do whatever it takes to close the quarter. But now, since the company is more in a scale mode, maybe they've taken VC money, even if they haven't taken VC money, the goal really with pricing is to scale faster. So scale means to make sure that you can monetize all of your customer segments well. You make sure you capture the right amount of value at the right sales velocity. So if you have more of a Slack sort of product, you want to have very cookie cutter packages and tiers and pricing so that the sales velocity can be very short. You can sell really fast, right? And Zoom did this when the pandemic happened. This is a case study in our book, where they had to rationalize a lot of their pricing and packaging to improve sales velocity. So you may want to do this on one hand. On the other hand, you may want to have a very bespoke way of selling deals such that you maximize the value on the enterprise high end of your sales funnel. Now, all of this requires some amount of strategic thought, some amount of thought into which segments you're going to go after, some amount of long range thinking. And sales tends not to be the function that is well suited for that. In fact, they're going to make sometimes the exact opposite decisions. So sales is not a right team to own this activity. After a certain point, let's say 1 or 2 million in ARR, at that point the right team would be marketing, because marketing had that market segment view, or perhaps even product if this is a less technical and more market oriented product organization. Many times in younger companies it will be the CEO themselves or the COO, and later on it will become more of a marketing discipline or a product discipline. So all of that works. I think the main thing is that while you need sales input, you need a strategic team with long range thinking to be the owners of pricing. So that's really the main point about this video. But the other main point about this video is that since pricing is a topic that touches so many people, it touches sales, finance is going to have a point of view about it, customer success will have a point of view because they're dealing with pricing complaints or at least pricing suggestions. You're renewing, so CSMs definitely have a point of view. Professional services have a point of view because there's a lot of services happening maybe to implement the product. So almost everyone has a point of view on pricing. So really you need a tiebreaker and a final decision maker. Now the person in charge of pricing as a company project will not be able to be senior enough to be the tiebreaker. It will mostly boil down to the CEO. So regardless of whoever owns pricing as a function in the company, at the end of the day, the CEO has to make the last call because it is such an important decision for the company. So the CEO should deputize somebody in a strategic function, but realize that this is not something that they can leave in the back burner and auto optimize. They have to make the final decision, final call. Thank you.